How's it going? What's up? Hello everyone, it's your guy Rainer26 back again with another video. And today I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of each legend on Apex. But first, before we jump into that, I want to give you a little bit of insight about the game. This game is an 11 kill game. I think me and my team ended up getting like at least a fourth of the lobby, but I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure we got a fourth of the lobby because that's a given whenever I play with this team every time. But yeah, and I think I died once. But besides the fact, let's jump right on into what the video is actually about. So the first character to start off the pros and cons is Bloodhound. Now before I give you his pros and cons, I want to give you his abilities, like his passive, his tactical, and his ultimate. And I'm gonna do that with every character before I give you my own opinion of their pros and cons. Alright, so for Bloodhound's passive, he has Tracker, which reveals recent footprints when doors were open and time of death. And I believe the time of death is like when the crows are on the ground. If you ever play the game, you'll see crows on the ground, and like they'll fly away if someone was there or someone just died there. And that usually helps people if you're following a team and you're trying to figure out where they went. If you were looking for the third party, but suddenly they were gone, that usually helps you get a good sense of where they went. Now, Beast of the Hunt, which is his ultimate, that heightens his senses to see cold tracks, enemies, and it greatly increases his movement speed while also making the screen black and white by highlighting enemies red. Now, being his ultimate, this is one of my favorite ultimates. Although I might not use Bloodhound as much as I probably should with my playstyle, he's one of my favorite characters to play whenever I'm just feeling, real playful and I'm not really trying to play competitive with the game because it allows me to do what I like best. And I love headhunting on this game. I like jumping out and I like pushing everything, taking everything. Almost like a Decepticon, like I'm Megatron or something. Like I want to kill everything. I want to take every single head. Alright. So with his pros and cons, I say his pros are good for pushers and extremely impatient people who kind of want to jump on the next fight early on rather than waiting on their teammates to get there. And I say his cons are probably the black and white for people who like have sensitive eyes or are colorblind or anything. Like the black and white can really throw me off sometimes. Sometimes if I'm playing without my glasses, like it is extremely hard for me to like. I know it highlights the enemy player's red, but it still makes it a little bit too hard for me to see sometimes. It's like I have to use my glasses whenever I play as Bloodhound, no matter what. Next, I'll do Wraith, one of my favorite legends of the game. Her passive is Voices from the Void. They talk to you when enemies mark your location or aim at you. Also, if you're near traps, that's one of the pros. I'm just go ahead and tell you that now. That is a pro. Because you'll be getting ready to run somewhere into, like, say, bunker. One of the places where caustics love going. And before you turn that corner, you'll know if there's a trap just because the voices will speak to you. Like, I got voices in my head just talking to me. But yeah, like, you'll really hear the voices. And you could warn your enemies, or not your enemies, but your teammates, obviously. Alright, so next we're going to jump with the tactical into the void. Invisible, alternate universe, basically can't be shot, can't open or close doors. That is the con. The con is you cannot open or close doors. That, I remember the first time I realized I couldn't open a door with her. I was the third party, and like I had killed a whole team, and it was like one player left from the last team there. Like I killed his team too. He was the only player left. Like I killed 5 people, and I was trying to get a good 6 piece. And I had to go into the void because I think I only had like 10 health left. Cause like yeah, he was putting up a good fight, but I knew it was a fight that I could win if I had just given myself time to put on a shield cell or a shield battery or something. But man, whenever I put it on, he closed the door and I didn't realize it. And so when I tried to run out, I kept tapping square like open the door, and I came out and I realized like wow, I'm trapped in the room and I can't open the door. So like that's a big con because if you're in any enclosed area, all people have to do is close the door and you're not going anywhere. But a pro is, and this is a pro that someone actually taught me when they killed me. If you stand still while in the void, it won't leave a trail behind you, and that the trail is also a con. Obviously, because people see where you're going while you're in the void, although they can't shoot you. But still, like if you just stand still, it won't leave a trail, and you're basically invisible, and no one can see you. And that's one of the great things I like about that. And then the ultimate dimensional rift lets you place two portals for you and your teammates to pass through. But let me tell y'all, enemies can go through the portals as well. It's not just exclusive, like, oh, teammates only. Nah, boy. Anybody can run through there. And I'm not sure if I got the gameplay in this clip or not, but someone tried to put two portals on me. No, it's not in this game clip. It was from my stream yesterday. Well, someone tried to put two portals on me, and me being as impatient as I am, I straight up ran through the portal. I did not care. I wanted the kills. Well, I did that, and I thought I was gonna die, but nah. Who you think this is, boy? I'm Shroud Junior. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, I ran through the portals and I killed the team. I actually wiped the team before my teammates got there through the portal, because you know they're little chickens, they didn't want to go through it. But next we'll do Bangalore, one of my favorite characters before season 1, before season 2, when the game just came out. Bangalore was my favorite character because she was so fast, yo. But I'll get into that whole fast thing here in a bit. Alright, so with Bangalore's passive, you have double time, which what I was talking about. Temporarily sprints faster when taking damage. Or I feel like that's whenever you're shot towards as well. Because I know there was times where I was getting shot at and I didn't take any damage at all. At least not any damage that was recognizable to my eye, you know. And Bangalore kicked up the speed, boy. I'm talking about black people running from police. And yes, I'm African American. That's why I said that joke. But yeah, like, man, I'm talking about laughing, running around, speed, like all American track, boy. Like she takes off. And then, but it did used to be a lot faster before the season started. But you know they nerfed it because Octane came into the game. But her tactical is the smoke launcher, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically instead of throwing the smoke, you launch it. It covers you a smoke screen. You can use it to your advantage or the enemy's disadvantage or your own disadvantage if they have like a digital threat scope, the scope that highlights enemies red. And you know if they got that, then basically the smoke screen is for nothing. I mean, unless they're just not aiming at you, then I guess yeah. But I usually use that to get away. Or if one of my teammates is playing this Bangalore and I have a digital threat, they'll shoot it for me, and I won't even have to tell them I have a digital threat. They'll just shoot it for me because they know I have it. Because I always love to put them on my wingmans. But yeah, they'll shoot it for me, and voila, the job is done. Alright, so I'm going to kick up this video speed a little bit talking about these legends, because the video is getting close to the end, I believe. And I don't think I'll have all the time I can to talk about all the pros and cons. So, the ultimate, Rolling Thunder calls an airstrike that sweeps across the targeted area. And the pros with that, you can use it as an advantage to create space between you and another team if a team is being too aggressive and maybe you need time to heal up. And speaking of time to heal up, look at how many times I just missed a shot. Like, I dang near missed every bullet in that 10 bullet clip. Bruh, that was tragic, but I don't even want to talk about that. Because you know your boy still put in work. That was just one time. But yeah, the cons of that is you can't really decide on which direction it goes, so all power to you. You might call it in on yourself. So if I was you, I'd be cautious calling it in. I wouldn't call it in a time if I'm, you know, kind of cornered by another team, because then if they down you, you might end up just finishing yourself off. Alright, so next we have Lifeline, another favorite that I like using, but I don't really use her a lot because I'm aggressive and I really don't have time for all that healing stuff. But yeah, like her passive is Combat Medic. It throws up a shield wall when reviving teammates and it quickens medical supply use by 25%. Yo, I take back what I just said. I love using Lifeline to push too sometimes. Because people think, oh, he's low on shield, push him. Oh, he's one hit. Like, you know, when people make those little weak call outs. And playing as Lifeline, you dang near got a gold backpack on already. Just imagine when you put on a gold backpack, how much quicker your heals are. Like, you're already healing quick as day. And that, it's like flash heals. But I'm talking about eyes closed, eyes open. Ooh, you already healed up. Go back. But yeah, and then the tactical is the DLC heal drone, a Roomba that floats and heals health. And then her ultimate is a care package which brings down health or shield cells and batteries. Alright, so the next character is Gibraltar. His passive is gun shield when aiming down sights to block bullets. It can be disabled His tactical is Dome with protection, which blocks attacks for 15 seconds, and his ultimate is defensive bombardment. Bombardment, which is a concentrated mortar strike that's called by flare. Gibraltar is good if your team is stuck in the middle of a bombardment from Gibraltar or Bangalore's airstrike. The shield dome is usually clutch because it protects you from all that. And, well, yeah, it gives you an easy way out of every fight sometimes. Alright, next we're going to do Octane's passive, which is Swift Mend. It heals 1 health point for every 2 seconds. He doesn't take damage. His tactical is still moves 30% faster for 6 seconds at the cost of 10% health. And his ultimate is a launch pad, which you can use to jump high. I say everything is a pro. The only con about him is you really can't use him in, like, none of his stuff is used for defensive measures or offensive measures at that. I say the best it's used for is just positioning. And I say that because the launch pad can get you in some high places that can't be reached sometimes, depending on how good you are with him. And he used to be my main, so we're gonna put some respect on Octane's name. You feel me? Next, we're gonna do Mirage. His passive is his Encore. When knocked down, a decoy spawns and you're invisible for 5 seconds. His tactical is a Psych Out. It creates a decoy. And his ultimate is a Vanishing Act, becomes temporarily invisible and unleashes 5 decoys. All that pros. I say that because, if they don't know which one is the real you, they not gonna shoot you, bro. Unless they're just impatient, like I used to be when this game first came out. When it came towards, shooting people early on before the fight actually starts. Caustic, I don't like Caustic. He's too slow, and I think he's OP a little bit. But that'll be for another video. Caustic, his passive is Nox Vision and shows enemies who passes through his gas. His tactical is Nox Gas. Traps lets you place up to 6 gas canisters that reduce their capacity when nearby or shot, aka they release the gas and it's poisonous. I feel like the white. Ultimate is his Nox Gas Grenade. I'm not really too worried about that because it's legit exactly what it says. It's like being in a gas chamber with him, and it's terrible. Pathfinder, his passive is Insider Knowledge. He can scan nearby beacons to reveal next ring locations. His tactical is Grappling Hook, allows for quick movement. And his ultimate is a zipline gun. Now Wattson, my favorite character that I'm using right now in the middle of this video. Wattson's passive is a Spark of Genius, which is an ultimate accelerant that fully charge her ult ability, and standing near her ult, which is the pylon, it charges her tactical, and her tactical are the fences that you see me putting up. And if enemies run by those, it'll let you know. Like, it'll send you a little marker or notification, basically, and you'll hear her say that someone's breached the fence, basically. And her ult is the pylon, which is basically a trophy system if you've ever played COD. Basically, grenades can't get through it. Mortars can't get through it. Airstrikes can't get through it. It destroys everything that tries to get through it if it's not a person or a bullet. And it even destroys your teammate stuff, and that's a con for me. But, yeah. This is the Apex Legends Pros and Cons Speed Edition. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share the video. Show your boy some love. Peace out.